To get the Red Proto Drake, it requires you to defeat all 12 heroic dungeons while doing the achievements for the listed bosses. This might sound daunting, but do not worry. Currently the heroics in the game are post-nerf and generally very easy, so as long as you know what to do, you'll get it in no time. Violet Hold will be the dungeon to hold you back. Lockdown requires you to defeat all imprisoned bosses and you can only do 2 a day, so get started on it early. To do a Void Dance, you burn down Suramat and ignore ads. Should be easy. Dehydration requires you to defeat Ikoron without letting any of his ads merge. He will have a merge phase 3 times, and the easiest way to deal with this achievement is to just click one of the red crystals around the room when he is about to split, which instantly kills all elementals. Defenseless requires you to clear Violet Hole without clicking on any of the red crystals around the dungeon. This should be no issue, just do it normally without using them. Oculus is also time gated by requiring you to defeat the dungeon using 3 different drakes, while also having 3 separate achievements to kill the last boss without anybody using a drake of a specific color. The easiest way to do this is for your entire group to start with a bronze drake. This way you knock out 2 of the drake achievements at once. To kill the last boss using only bronze drakes, have everybody in your group use the 3rd ability, while one guy stuns the boss and attacks it with the 1st ability. The boss will gain debuffs, and whenever you see your own debuff reach 10 stacks, just press the 1st ability once, then go back to channeling the 3rd until it's at 10 stacks again. This should phase him very quickly, and when that happens you just fly away from him. Try to also kite the whelps if they spawn. The stun has diminishing return, so try to only use 2 per phase. After you have killed him with the bronze drakes, now you have to use only red and green. This is very simple, just make sure green drakes have 3 stacks of the 1st ability on the boss at all times, then heal the red drake tanking using the 3rd ability, and try to have the 2nd ability debuff up at all times on the boss. Use this only when you are at full health. The red drake tanking just needs to use evasion while the boss is enraged. To get Make It Count, you just have to complete the dungeon in under 20 minutes after you kill the first boss. As long as you don't wipe, this should be easy. The Culling of Time requires you to get to the Infinite Corruptor before the 25 minutes runs out. He's located in the market square next to the last boss. You don't need to wait for Arthas to follow you, just rush the boss as fast as you can. Zombiefest is probably one of the hardest achievements, but it's pretty easy to pull off if you know what you're doing. To start, just clear the dungeon normally, up until the 2nd boss. Here you will drag him all the way to the inn, kill any zombies that came with you, and wait for 2 minutes. Do not kill the boss. After 2 minutes have passed, kill the boss and speak to Arthas outside the inn. Try to not pull any zombies while you do. Clear up to the 3rd boss and kill it. Make Arthas open the bookcase to the back. At this point, 1 or 2 players will go to the start and pull all the zombies in the previous area back to the inn. They move pretty slowly, so any tank should be able to do this easily. You can either just kill them at the inn or bring them all the way to the other side. Either way, as soon as they start dying, you want the rest of your group to start pulling and killing zombies on the burning side. There are 85 zombies from the initial area, so you only need to kill 15 on the other side to get the achievement. Once 1 zombie is killed, the timer starts. The snake boss achievement is to not get wrapped, and to do this you just kill the green snake ads as soon as they spawn. To get the mammoth boss achievement, you need to kill Less-rabi without letting him transform. He casts this spell every 10 seconds above 50% and every 5 seconds below 50%, and the cast speed of his spell is based on the amount of health he has. The lower, the faster. Try to interrupt the spell at around 50% HP before you push him below, so you put it on a 10-second timer instead of 5, then pop all your cooldowns and kill him as quick as possible. Stuns and other things will interrupt the spell as well, not just pure interrupts. What the Ek wants you to kill the last boss while under the effect of Ek Residue, a debuff which is gained by fighting the heroic only optional boss. I recommend clearing all the way up to the final boss to make sure nobody dies, then go for the optional boss. Here all you have to do is stand in front of the frontal breath. After you have the debuff, if you use any immunities or die, it will get removed, but otherwise just kill the last boss with it and you will get the achievement. Share the Love requires you to have every party member impaled, a spell which he only does twice every Rhino phase, which is time based. We found that the spell was based on ranged, so we had anybody who got impaled just run out as far as they could during the Rhino phase. This can be hard on your tank, so make sure you don't die. The person with the highest threat cannot be impaled either, so to solve this, when there's only the tank left for the achievement, wait until he does his stomp ability, then have another player taunt the boss. The tank should be charged instantly if he is the only player in range. There are also rumors that pets will ruin this achievement, even temporary ones like Shadow Fiend. To get Consumption Junction, you kill Trollgore without letting him reach 10 stacks. He gets stacks whenever he casts Consume, giving him 1 stack per player or enemy troll in line of sight. So just tank him behind the stair and have people run out of line of sight whenever he's about to cast. Oh, Novos is extremely easy. Just have your tank on the stairs picking up the mobs and you can never fail. Better Off Dred just requires you to pull King Dred with the raptors in his den. There are 7 raptors total, so 1 is extra. To get the incredible Hulk, you need a Scourge Hulk to get hit by Svala's Falling Sword spell. Just get it to like 10,000 HP, make sure no dots are on it, and get the tank to position it on the spot. The dot takes for 2k damage at a time, totaling somewhere around 10 to 20k, and you need to make sure it gets the killing blow. Both Skadi achievements are easy to get in one go. Just rush the gauntlet, which gives you 2 harpoons, then 1 more harpoon will drop from the first wave. Once you have 3 harpoons, wait until the dragon is positioned, then click the harpoon launchers 3 times. They have a slight cooldown, so rotate clicks between 2, and it should one-shot the dragon. Careful when he lands though, as he can one-hit anybody too close. To get King's Bane, the ability Bane needs to never get triggered. We actually killed this boss without him casting it once thanks to our DPS, but otherwise just interrupt the spell. If it gets through, you can save it by dispelling the boss instantly, or just not attacking it at all. Utgard Keep only has 1 achievement, On the Rocks. Prince Keleseth will cast Ice Tomb on players. It only has 3k HP, so be careful not to kill it by mistake. A healer and tank can get tombed. When this happens, you need to off-heal. Watch him die can be handled in multiple ways, but the easiest is probably to just have 1 player pull all the trash in front and just run away. Bring them to the entrance before dying or using an immunity. Then it's up to the rest of your group to burn the boss down before they come back. Keep in mind that the player running has to be in combat with the boss as well, otherwise it will reset when they die. This forces that player to also generate some sort of threat. The ambushers will be faster than the rest of the enemies, so any CC like a Hunter Trap or Earthbind will work well. Keep in mind we did this as freshly dinged level 80s using Sunwell gear, so a few weeks into the expansion there should be no issue at all. To get Hadronox Denied, the easiest way is to have somebody reset the encounter. To do this, have somebody with a spell like Invis, Vanish, Feign Death, etc. go up to the first pack, pull, and then use their ability. If you have nothing like this, walking up and just dying also work, although it's slower since you need to be rest afterwards. After it's reset, your group will sprint down to the boss, and as soon as it respawns, pop all cooldowns and nuke it down. If you need to buy extra time, when ads start flowing in, have 1 player go and hold them at the entrance. To defeat a new Barak under 4 minutes, all you need to do is not die, so just do the mechanics. Respect Your Elders requires you to kite Maddox out of the room he is in. Drag it all the way to the back of the previous room, and at 50% when the Guardian spawns, have 1 player in the original boss room pull it and either kite it or tank it at the boss's original position. There is no time limit here, so if you want to have an off tank and an off healer in the other room, that works just fine. At 50%, Jadoga will spawn a Twilight Volunteer. Just let it walk to the middle and will be sacrificed, giving the boss 200% damage for a few seconds. Use CDs to survive, make sure to not get hit by Whirlwind and you will get this achievement. To kill the last boss under 2 minutes, the best way is to make sure to stack on every insanity, spawning the ads on top of everybody. It's important to kill these ads quickly, since when you are done with your room, you get put into somebody else's. Telestra will split 2 times, at 66% and 33%. You just need to kill the ad she spawns within 5 seconds of each other. This is easy, just communicate targets. The ads will not die if they are casting, so make sure to stun them if they are 1 HP and not dead. This will kill them. To get Chaos Theory, drag the boss away around 20 yards every time a rift spawns. At 50% he will go immune for about 30 seconds, at which point you just run away from the rifts that are spawned, make sure the tank is the closest to them to soak all the lightning and kill any ads that spawn from the portal. Dampen magic from a mage heavily reduces damage taken. To remove intense cold stacks, all you need to do is move. Melee can be constantly jumping and casters make sure to move between every cast. Once in a while, everybody in the group will be rooted, so be quick to remove that with any dispels, Master Spell or Hand of Freedom, etc. If you got none of that, try using a free action potion. The first boss of Halls of Lightning will activate and then deactivate his buff with every platform. Just make sure he gets to a platform, watch him activate it, then kill him. The second boss achievement is impossible to fail. Just kill the boss, he doesn't have enough HP to even summon 6 ads. The final boss is also just a kill fast achievement. stack under the boss, then run away during Lightning Nova and it should be dead. Killing the maiden under 1 minute is easy to do as long as you don't mess up the mechanic. Stand in the black stuff when she casts her spell and you won't be stunned for long. To avoid Brann taking any damage, just fight the waves on top of the stairs. As long as you don't fail the fight, you will get this achievement. Abuse the Ooze requires you to kill the last boss after killing 5 Iron Sludges. Iron Sludges spawn by letting the Oozes merge in the middle. These Ooze spawn at 50%, so just get the boss below that. Be careful as the Iron Sludges can do quite a lot of AoE damage, which can combo with the boss and kill you. That should be it. As long as your Violet Hold RNG isn't horrible, you should have your Red Proto Drake.